Should also say that in the room with us is the dog who, that banging is her tail wagging, but she's half asleep. She might snore. I could just evict her from the room, but she's
a co-host.
Like semi-conscious anyway, so I'm sure she'll be fine.
All right, so you had an idea. Yeah, we need to say who we are again, I guess.
Okay, I'm Jess Blake.
I'm David Robinson, and welcome to As Yet Undetermined Named Podcast. I wonder how long that can run for. If we're up to episode 100 and we haven't thought of a name yet, that's really bad. But the animal that I wanted us to explore, you had a really nice idea of it being the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah, for Halloween.
I was researching animals that might be frightening, and I thought it might be a nice way to start. Before I go into who that animal is, what properties might an animal have that would make it frightening to you?
Anything that would haunt me in my nightmares, I guess. Some kind of enormous insect probably would be one. I don't know. Sharks I do really like. I find them terrifying. I think they're misunderstood. So not a shark. I don't know. I mean, anything you traditionally associate with Halloween, I guess. Something spooky. I remember when we had our old garage knocked down, even the builders were freaked out by the spiders that were coming out of there. But they were red. They were big red spiders in England. I don't know what they were. But we do get some big ones. But then, I mean, like, it's not like we're in Australia, right? I once got banned from Facebook for like a week because someone had put this post on about this enormous spider that they'd found in their house, and I'd just put as a comment like, "Oh, just burn the house down already." And literally, my account got suspended because it was like inciting violence. Isn't that so dumb?
That's wild.
I know.
So anyway, we're not talking about spiders for this. Okay. But
should we talk about animals that we actually like as opposed to...
Right, so this is the official name of this is the Vampyroteuthis Infernalis, which means the vampire squid from hell.
Wow, okay. Great name.
But the reason that I asked you what might be frightening as an animal for you is that really, despite the name, this one doesn't tick all that many of the boxes, but there is a ruthless streak to it.
Okay.
But there's also something rather theatrical about it.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, it's not a vampire, nor is it a squid. So the reason it's called a vampire squid, I don't really know.
Who names these things?
It does have a dark colour, and it's got black-like webbing, which looks a bit like a cloak, and I think that was enough.
I'm assuming it lives in water. And you're saying it's not a squid, but this is like a sea creature.
It does live in water. The reason it's not a squid is that it lives really deep in the ocean, about 3,000 feet.
Wow, okay.
And so most squids can't live that low.
Wow, okay.
But the reason it's not very frightening is that almost no human has had anything to do with it because it's so deep.
Yes.
It's not at the remotest threat to humans because humans aren't there.
This is like a James Cameron in his little one-man submarine type thing, isn't it? Yeah. Tell me its quirks.
It has a jet propulsion system, so it can move 2 body lengths in a second.
That is very quick, okay.
It's also around 1 foot long.
Okay. I mean, I would like panic if I saw it. You would think there's something about just open water that's like quite terrifying.
It has globular eyes that are 1 inch long, and proportionately, these are the largest in the entire animal kingdom in relationship to body size.
Globular eyes, that's a great description. So if it was a human, how big would its eyes be?
I reckon from like mid-forehead to the mouth.
I'm picturing kind of like a fly with its disproportionately massive eyes.
It looks a bit like... its eyes are a bit like, do you remember Slinkies?
Yeah.
Its eyes are a bit like those, like they kind of flop a bit. It's believed they can live up to 8 years, but no one knows because no one's been down to look at the same one.
What are they basing this off?
There's a lot of guesswork when it comes to this animal.
This is like when people tell you about like the dinosaurs' mating habits or something like that, and you think, how do you know?
Yeah, someone told me dinosaurs had feathers once.
But I guess that could maybe slightly be fossilised or preserved. I don't know. But like their behaviours, how does anyone know?
Just generally, because its eyes are not, like, they're big, but they didn't look that frightening to me when I looked at a picture of it. But are eyes frightening to you generally?
No.
No, I don't
really.
I don't really think so. They're not that scary.
Have you seen a picture of the telescope fish?
No.
It's got these massive, almost like pearlescent mother of pearl balls, huge, sticking out of its head. Looks like 2 ping pong balls. They're quite. I'll show you a picture.
That sounds really quite frightening, actually.
Okay, so this is a picture of the telescope fish, which is I'm sure it's a meme by now, but it's doing the rounds on the internet. And so this is another deep sea creature. Tell me what you think.
Right.
I will say you'll never see a creature that looks more confused. Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
Isn't it nuts? Also, kind of looks like it's rotting. I know. It just looks like it's got 2 pearls sticking out of its head. It's definitely one of the stranger creatures.
Yeah, its eyes are like pickled onions. Yeah. Like, it's a really definite look it's gone for.
But it's just the expression. It just looks so confused about where it is. And if ever there was a fish that was having an existential crisis, it's the telescope fish.
That's so interesting. What a fascinating looking little fella. Right, and the vampire squid, they can survive on almost no oxygen, 3%, which is a really, really low metabolic rate.
Yeah, so we're like 90-something%.
Yeah, so we'd be like rubbish next to them, like at that
We'd just be dead.
level. Right, we wouldn't really be knocking around. But it does have a few areas where it might be ruthless. And so imagine you're a 1-foot squid.
Sure.
Who lives... It's really hard to locate this vampire squid because it's black by nature. They're covered in photopores, and these are light-producing organs. And so by a process called bioluminescence, they can turn themselves on and off like a light switch.
That's pretty cool.
Wouldn't that really freak you out if you're a predator?
Absolutely.
It's pitch black. Your whole life is darkness, and then boom, Vegas.
What? Why is it called the vampire fish? Wouldn't they call it like the disco fish or something? The disco squid.
That's a really good name. Please can we write to whoever names them and get that done? Oh yeah, so this is another like theatrical bit to it. Yeah, it's not so much like an evil predator, more of an end of the pier show at this point, because she wraps an outer layer around her body to make herself seem larger.
Okay. But it's all just a ruse.
Cape, yeah. It's got very thin arms that are extremely long, and at the end of each arm it has like a multicolored light. Again,
she sounds more and more fabulous. Yeah.
And it flashes, and this is like the deep, so nothing happens, like all there ever is night down there, and all of a sudden you've got flashing arms because this predator's approaching you.
She's like a one-woman fireworks display.
She's really, really special. And then when someone goes to attack her, its vital organs remain hidden.
Okay.
But the arms can regrow. It regenerates so quick.
I see.
And so Predator can just swipe off like disco arms.
Yeah.
And this thing just doesn't care. It just slinks away into the darkness while that's happening. Sacrifices its arms.
Yeah.
And then goes about its
low
business.
for a few weeks, regrows them.
And if it's really agitated, so now I don't know what you're doing
now it's super off.
Yeah, I don't really know what you're doing to aggravate this poor vampire squid, but for 10 minutes, it can produce a barrage of multicoloured mucus.
Does the mucus glow?
Like, it's really exciting.
I'm picturing like glowing ectoplasm.
Right, and isn't this getting less scary by the moment?
Yeah.
And so now it's got all of this stuff going on, and rather like a fairy godmother in like a pantomime disappearing, she disappears while this mucus is still there. But this is the bit where it gets a little bit evil.
Okay.
So the mucus lands on the predator, and it's completely immovable.
Oh.
So now the predator, for the remainder of what is now likely to be a very short life, because a bigger predator is going to hunt that
it's
predator.
Really obvious. It can be.
Now it's brightly coloured in a pitch black ocean.
Wow.
And another predator is going to soup it up. So it's not even just it's distracted enough and it's gone to safety. It's like, I'm going to make sure you're murdered.
That's vengeful, isn't it?
Really vengeful.
Really. Yeah. I feel like
they're predators now. Like they'll be hunted down in moments. Like they're dead. So there's something.
That's so spiteful.
Well, like you'd only mess with one once.
Yeah.
Right, so I was looking up how the vampire squid reproduces.
Okay.
And I don't know, right, there's going to be some vague terms in this because I don't really know the proper way of describing this. So I'm just going to have to describe it in like a folksy manner so people know what I'm on about. The male vampire squid, they take care of themselves.
Sorry.
So they sort of knock one out.
Right.
But they do it, I don't know if it forms into a pouch or like they make a pouch to put it in, right?
Okay.
So they don't do it into the woman directly, like it's a solo activity.
Sure.
And then they get it ready in this pouch and they put it on the female vampire squid's back, but it's like putting a stamp on a letter and then off they go. There's no intercourse as such.
I thought a lot of sea creatures, they just kind of release sperm into the ocean in like a kind of...
Or like a mist.
Well, yeah, just in a hope for the best kind of a way.
And
it's not very efficient.
It's put on her back.
Okay.
And so now, but it remains there, right, for 400 days. And that's 400 human days. So now she's walking, and it might be multiple men who are putting this on her back. So it's like, doof, 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 doof.
So she can make like cycle after cycle after cycle.
Yeah, like when it's like ready, I think it like incubates on her back over this 400 days. Like it gets temperature ready.
400-day gestation
400
period.
day. Like that's not wild. But it's 400 days before she does anything with the sperm. Like she hasn't like touched it
Does
until...
the sperm not die though?
Well, it seems because it's in this pouch, it's like protected until it... I don't know if it reaches the right temperature or the woman's ready or what. But this vampire squid woman is going round with like on her coat for 400 days.
400 days. Oh my God.
And then she's finally ready to do something with it. And then
she makes babies.
Yeah, I think so.
Eggs or babies. I don't know.
I don't really know. The way it looked to me was someone had done like an illustration of this because no one's really seen it.
Yeah.
It looked almost, you know, when like Mother Duck says quack, 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 and there's loads of little ducklings.
Yeah.
It's like she opens like a hatch and they all just come swimming out.
Oh, okay. I saw something horrifying today that popped up on my Instagram. It was a fish birthing, and it birthed. It popped out. It's a tiny little baby fish. And then it literally turned around and ate one. Like it literally birthed. And then was like, oh, a snack. And the baby was alive for like a second. Nature is just wild. It's gnarly as crazy.
That might be all I've got on vampire.
Okay.
I did have a bit of... You know, if you're putting out the rubbish, sometimes questions occur to you.
Yeah.
So I've been reading about creatures that live under the water, and I thought, do creatures that live in the ocean need to wash themselves because they're always wet? Do they need to?
Yeah, well, I guess they maybe need to like nibble the algae off themselves. And then you get the fish that eat the like mites and debris and stuff off other fish, don't you? Like sharks often have a cleaner fish attached to them, don't they? So I mean, they clean.
Because I was thinking like they're always having a bee day because like they're always they're always in the sea. So I didn't know, but I hadn't actually thought that you might have like bugs and stuff that is
good to ponder. Yeah,
on them. So all right, I reckon we're done.
Awesome. So disco fish.
I don't really feel that frightened of vampire squid.
No,
we're not going to come into contact with one. It's very unlikely. She does sound like fun, doesn't she?
She does sound like someone I'd be friends with.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.